Oh wait, 1 second. Let's fix this up real quick. Okay. 120. Da 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 da. Continue liveness. Yeah, sure. Okay. I guess we could look at liveness. Okay. I forgot to do that off stream because I might have just taken a shower, and that's also why I'm like 10 minutes late. I know it's forbidden for a CS major to take a shower, but yeah. Anyways, this is day 120 of studying compilers every day until I land a compiler role. Last time, what did I do last time? Last time I cleaned up successors, or at least I generated like successors for each instruction, and I used that to finish, or quote unquote finish, liveness. So that was pretty solid. This time we're gonna look at the output and figure out if it's actually correct, because I took a look at it last time and something seemed a little bit interesting about it, and I wasn't really sure what to do with it. So we're gonna look at it again and see what we can do with it. Something seemed a little bit off with it, and I couldn't really tell what it was, but yeah. Yeah, so this is our liveness pile. This cable needs to go somewhere else. This is a setup. What the hell? Yeah, let's just, yeah, that'll do. Yeah, so this is how our output looked from last time. I think we used the LEA stuff as an example here. I would like to I'd like to maybe see if I can change some things up with this. Maybe use a different test that is a little bit less convoluted to look at. There's so much going on here, at least. It seems a little bit hard to parse for me, at least. Yeah, so let's make another test. I think we already made a test, but... Oh yeah, we did make that. Yeah, okay. So we want to look at that here. Yeah, so everything just kind of dies at the end, which is a little bit strange to me. I'm not really sure why that's happening. I think something is wrong in my implementation, at least. That's my initial guess. Because this... I feel like these pots should have in and out sets, at least. It looks like the successors are correct, at least, which I guess is some small consolation, but yeah, let's do a couple of things. First, let's go back to like the printing. Let's comment out successors as well, because I don't particularly care about that. Yeah, so now where am I? Okay, let's make sure we did everything correctly. Yeah, okay. So we can rebuild that and we can rerun the test stuff. Hopefully we get a little bit more condensed output. I would really like to be able to, like, well, read everything. So I guess we could open it here. Yeah, okay. That's a little bit more condensed, which is ideal. I feel like these in and out sets are a little bit wrong. I can't quite figure out why, though. Yeah, okay. So let's look at this pile. So we have new in, and we have new out. So we have gen here, and we check kill here. I feel like I'm doing this algorithm wrong. Let me just pull up the slides again. Yeah, something seemed a little bit off. Yeah, okay. So let's just pull that there. Oh, I can't bookmark that. Okay. Out. So the outset is a union of in successors, or successors in, I guess. I guess that makes sense. Oh, wait. This is a copy, right? This should be a copy. I hope this is a copy at least. Or do I ever clear it actually? Oh, I might not clear it. That might be what's happening. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think that's gonna change anything, but just in case, I think it doesn't hurt. Let's try it out. Yeah, let's rebuild it. Let's rerun. Okay. Okay, so it still looks quite strange. These things at the back should not be empty. So something is wrong there. I wonder if I did virtual wrong, actually. Yeah, they should not have empty in or out sets at all. Okay, well, so this changed nothing, so I feel comfortable leaving that out. I guess we do care about printing these all of a sudden. Let's rebuild. And we can run that again. I'm just gonna move this back to this monitor. My setup is so scuffed right now. I have like 5 windows open on one screen right now. It's quite funny. Okay, so we can edit. Okay, we have everything now. So this has a kill set. Or maybe pop is gen, actually. Maybe I got this backwards. Because this defines... Right, no, kill is defined, yeah. So that should be correct. Okay, well, that's a little... I guess that makes sense, but that's a little annoying. This seems reasonable enough. Wait. That should be correct. Okay, what do we do with fee, actually? That's a... We'll just assume that that's fine, I imagine. We can think of it as like... We can think of it as like a... as like a move, I guess. I think our in and out set is... This doesn't make sense. Actually, this seems fine. But why is 0 in the outset? I've definitely done something wrong. I don't think this looks correct. Have you experimented with Rust? My college is using Rust to teach my compilers class. Yeah. If I were to rewrite this project again and not worry about learning C++ at all, I would definitely write it in Rust. I think it just like it eliminates a whole class of errors that just really suck to deal with. So in that sense, it makes the whole experience just like a lot less awful. Aside from that, I think Rust is just like generally more fun to write, and the tooling is just so much better than what exists in C++. Yeah, I guess if you have any questions about Rust, like let me know, and I can I'll see what I can do at least. Okay. Something is wrong here. Something is very wrong here. I don't see what's wrong at least. I guess I could look over Gen and kill again, but it's hard to say. Yeah, cargo really is. I guess it's one of like the two package managers that feel remotely sane to me. Like, I feel like cargo is great, and then like pip is great, and then like every single other package manager is terrible. That might just be like my opinion though. I don't know. Like they just seem very sane to use, and like compared to like NPM, I feel like NPM is just always like, I don't know. Like I might just be biased, but I feel like I've just had really bad experiences with NPM for whatever reason. It might not be a sane reason, but like, yeah. Okay, I'm looking closer at the sides. Yeah, okay. I'm glad that I'm not the only person that feels that way about it. Like I just oh my god. Just PMO. Like every time I try to do something with NPM, it just goes poorly for whatever reason. Okay, so for each instruction, we set in and out. So that's gen I. Maybe the gen set's just like getting eaten up or something. It feels like that's what's happening. Nix fixes this? That's fair, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I imagine Nix is fine. I'm just a little bit spooked by the whole Nix OS debacle. Do you put x86 assembly on your resume? Not explicitly, no. It feels like, I don't know. It feels like if someone asked me to like write code in assembly, I would probably struggle. But like, assembly is like kind of something I'm like learning on the fly right now anyway. So it's like, sorta. I don't know. What's good, Niraj? Good to see you. What am I doing here? For each instruction, so you have gen and out minus kill. So for each register in the out set, if it's not in the kill set for I, then we insert it. Okay, that seems correct. And out is a union of all successors. Or the in set of all successors. What the hell? Yeah, that should be correct. And then like we swap properly, it looks like. So I don't really know what's going wrong here. How is typecasting implemented? I'm not actually sure yet. I'll be honest, I don't really know a lot about types. That is one thing I want to learn more, but at least just like looking at the relevant lines of work I have, it's very few and far in between. I feel like most of the work I'll be doing is at like the optimizer level and less with like types explicitly. So I just never have really spent the time. Just reinitialize the same var in the same scope. Maybe, yeah. Actually, let's look this up. Actually, let's ask ChatGPT. This has to. Surely there's something good here. Group chat. That's a thing now. How do compilers implement typecasting? I imagine like it's just like, without looking at the ChatGPT output, I imagine it's just like some sort of an instruction, and then like you figure out what to do with it in the back end later. Okay, yeah, I guess that was like kind of, that makes sense, yeah. So like if you plug like a double into like a function that takes an int, then like you will have like this like cast thing. I guess that makes sense. And then you have like type checking, which is, well, type checking. It is what it is. Yeah, there's like a bunch of semantics, Yeah, so you have like various different instructions that handle the actual semantics of that, I guess. I don't know. I guess like thinking about that kind of makes sense, but yeah, I guess you can mull over that at least. Maybe you could probably look into it a little bit more. What went into your decision to go for a compiler role? I just really like compilers. Like 2 years ago now, I took a class on compilers on a dare because it was a really hard class. And then it turns out I really enjoyed it, so then I did like academic research with the professor, and here I am now. Okay, what the hell am I doing? Something is wrong here. I really don't know what is wrong. Maybe my gen and kill are wrong then. That's all I can really think of, at least. Do you currently work in the CS field outside of compilers? Not really. I'm, well, sort of insofar as like I'm a student and I'm like learning about various different things. Like this past quarter, I took a class on like game dev. I took a class on like deep learning. I think I'm kind of filtering everything through the lens of compiler design though. Just because like that's kind of what I'm focusing on the most. Okay. This seems fine. This seems fine. This seems fine. Are you using Hyperland? Yes. Although this will disappear in like 2 weeks because I go back to a PC, and I would very much like to play Valorant, so that is stuck on Windows. So, gosh darn Valorant addiction. Do you think I can get a job knowing C that is not embedded? There's probably a way to do that. I imagine there are at least like some domains, but embedded will definitely be like the largest area, I think. There's also like other things like OS dev that I imagine you would be able to use C for, but embedded will definitely be the largest area at least. Taking a similar route once they start school, yeah, that sounds pretty reasonable. I think the breadth of knowledge that I'm learning also like it's kind of just like giving me a deeper appreciation for just computer science in general, and I think like that's a very underrated aspect of like taking various different classes. Does Breastmailing use LVM? God no. That was just like a one night like sleepless fume hackathon project. It won nothing at all. It was not really worth my time. If I were to go back in time, I would just not work on the project and just mooch food off of the hackathon, to be honest. But so it goes. Something is wrong here. I feel like I did something wrong with this. Why am I inserting 2 twice? Oh, I see. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, that's a size. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's all C# and Java. Yeah. A lot of legacy code lives there, but there's always gonna be a market for C because there is also like other very legacy code that will just exist. C is a super good base for learning. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, I think C has helped me appreciate the design choices in C++ and Rust a little bit more. Rust more than C++, to be honest. Okay. I don't know why this is breaking. let's look at the output more explicitly. I'm not really sure why all of this is in the inset. Or what does in and out represent at least? Sorry, I'm just looking at the slides on my other screen. In is all variables live before the instruction. Out is all variables live after the instruction. So nothing should be live before this point. And then nothing should be live after this point. So something has gone terribly, terribly wrong here. So you push here. Inset here. Has the inset changed? The inset has not changed. Outset, one thing is less alive? RBX is, wait, what? Okay, something is terribly, terribly wrong with my code. I do not know what is terribly, terribly wrong. No C guarantees I won't be replaced by AI since AI fails SLC questions. At least for the foreseeable future, I think that's fair. It's hard to say that like it won't be like that for the like forever, but at least for now, it'll give you more context to work with, which I think is very important. On Linux now, yeah, I'm PC-less right now. This is Arch and running my personal Hyperland setup. All my .dot files should be on my GitHub at least. Okay. I still don't understand why this is broken at least. So we have gen and kill. I think that's all correct at least. I don't think that would cause this degree of issues at least. We have that. Maybe these kill, actually. That's... I don't know. I guess that undefines it. So, like, that doesn't really count as a kill? Something is very wrong with my code. And like, what is happening here? Let's get past all the pushes first. Okay, so here, okay, that looks correct, at least. What did I do wrong? The outset seems incorrect for some reason. The insert should always have at least the gen set. So I'm not really sure why that's wrong. Or I guess we do that here, right? Or maybe I have the directionality wrong here. Maybe it's instructions where I is a successor, not the other way around. A week ago I asked a question and overflowed an integer in an infinite while loop. That's crazy work. Yeah, AI is like kind of, it's not a replacement, that is for sure, but I guess developer work will definitely change a lot. So I guess we'll just have to kind of see what happens with it as time goes on. It's also kind of crazy that you just literally cannot predict what's gonna happen in like a month, or not. You can kind of tell what's gonna happen in a month. You can't really tell what's happening in a year, which is just like really interesting to think about as well. What's good, John? Welcome. I haven't used Go personally, but I know a lot of people enjoy it. So I imagine there's at least one person in chat that enjoys it. Have you ever utilized AI for Panic? Yes, I've used it to like help sort of explain things and like help with the design side a little bit because I'm still trying to figure out what's going on. But the code gen I'm doing mostly by hand, as in like I'm writing most of the code by myself. Yeah, I feel like it just brings me more individual, more personal growth, at least that way. Okay, so what is going wrong here? We clear new out here. Something is going, I don't know, something is very broken. I don't know what is broken. Yeah, our inset should be much larger than this. It feels like something is not correct here. Okay, let's look at the algorithm again. And by let's, I mean I will look at the algorithm again. Okay, maybe I could look at a different slide deck. Yeah, let's look at the UChicago slides again. I'm gonna full blind you all for a second, apologies. The inset is uses, which is gen, I think. Yeah. So all of gen and outset minus kill, it looks like. Yeah, that looks like what's happening here. Okay. So that should be correct pseudocode. Or should be just correct code. And then out. Out relies on the in of each successor. Yeah, so that should be correct. I'm not sure why this is breaking. The hell? Okay, we're just gonna... This is one of the instances where I will use ChatGPT because I truly do not know what is wrong here. Is my liveness analysis algorithm correct? Sure, okay. I'll wait for it to generate. Perfect time to go into any CS related field. I think that makes sense, yeah. I guess at the same time there's a lot of uncertainty though, so it's really hard to really think about it. Oh, I could do that. This did move. Huh. Oh, wait, that could be something. let's not move. Or no, that should return a copy, right? I hope that returns a copy. Okay, that returns a copy. Yeah. Okay, all these are copies. So that should be fine. Let's just give it the whole file. I'm quite lazy. Yeah, I think... Oh, okay. Okay, sure. Save only accidentally. Okay, I'm getting grilled here. What do you mean surprisingly? I feel like that's a little rude. Yeah, I think hardware and software will both get better as time goes. This shouldn't affect anything in this test program, at least. Does this do this? Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, I should definitely do that, I think. Yeah, I don't care about this. I'm kind of doing my own thing. I don't care. This I know is fine. I don't do that. This is fine. Okay, let's try the changes. I don't think I call any of these here though, so that shouldn't be a problem. I don't know. I guess I'll do the return thing, but return doesn't define. Oh no. That shouldn't cause a problem. Okay, let's just feed it the output. This is like I don't know what's happening, so I will have to just feed it to an LLM. Oh wait, okay, wait, this is important. Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot about the stack pointer. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, yeah. So I need to update that real quick. I don't think that's everything, but that'll definitely be something at least. This is fine. I don't care about that at all. Yeah, I do not care. Okay, we're gonna fix that real quick. I don't think that's gonna fix everything, but I didn't realize, I forgot about the stack pointer, so that will hopefully solve some things. Yeah, so let's go up here real quick. What did I change? Oh, did I just not push last time? I didn't commit anything last time. That's really dumb. Ow. Laptop is hot. Okay. Wow, I actually just didn't commit anything. That's really funny. Okay, let's figure out what to stage here. What the hell is... Oh, this is successors. So let's do all the successor stuff real quick. Okay, I need to add that. Let's amend that. that again. Okay. Different print. Okay. We can save the rest for later. Yeah, I just kind of forgot to throw all that stuff down. Yeah, I think for what it's worth, I think like as AI gets more like C, C++, Rust sort of code in its training set, I think it'll get better. But for now, at least it feels a little bit volatile. Again, not saying that it'll stay that way forever, but yeah, it'll be interesting to look at least. Okay, let's fix the thing. This should be the stack pointer, so like RSP, right? Let's look here again. Yeah, RSP. I hope that's correct. Yeah, so we want that. So instead of that, we want like om get register. We want lr register num rsp. Yeah, so we can do that. We can also do that on pop actually. I don't think that's going to fix everything again, but it looks very strange, at least, still. We can do the same for a kill set. Because both of them modify the stack pointer, at least. Yeah, so let's put that like here. Oh, wait, this is the wrong one. Whoops. So push. Oh, do I just not clear here? Wait, that could be it. Wait, that would be a very big problem. Okay, let's do that. Let's rebuild it. Pumps a lot and learning no matter if you're doing CRUD stuff or not. Yeah, that's very true. I think like this is a very good example. Like if I make this and this is correct, then I can safely say that generative AI has helped me debug something. Something still looks wrong, but it looks better, at least. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. That all looks about right. I feel like something is wrong with this pile here at the start, but what do I know? It feels like it's percolated upwards incorrectly. Okay. Okay, let's throw it at the LLM again. If I can go to the correct window. Register allocation, yes. Right now I'm doing liveness stuff, but I don't know if it's correct. It looks wrong to me at a glance, which is why I'm skeptical. This pile seems wrong specifically. Or I guess no, this makes the inset here doesn't make sense to me, at least. I guess that's just all the other registers, right? Maybe that is correct. Okay, so wait. So we push RBX. Okay, so this will just eat things up from the outset. I'm not sure why we're pushing RSP. That seems wrong. That seems very wrong, actually. Why am I pushing RSP? Anyway. Okay, that seems reasonable, I guess. Okay, let's get to like the body of the code here. So those are a lot. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. No, wait, this should be correct. Like, my understanding of this is abhorrent, but it shouldn't be wrong. I'm fairly sure. I might have to like do a little bit of sorting after printing, but like that's fine. Yeah, pushing a stack pointer seems wrong. Let's just close out of ChatGPT. This seems fine. Alright, this looks fine actually, the more I think about it. Yeah. Maybe I'm just tripping, but it could just be fine. Is a switch to Arch worth the time it takes to learn Linux and Vim? I think the other way around is how you should think about it. Like learning Linux is like not really something you quote unquote do because you kind of have to do that anyway if you want to do like low level work. The same thing goes for like Vim as well. The question is just like, is Arch itself worth your time at least? For me, I just think it's funny to have around. So I guess not really worth it, but at the same time, it's pretty fun. So I guess it's not the end of the world, at least. Okay. So what the hell do I do with this, at least? I try it out one day. Yeah, that seems pretty reasonable. Okay, let's add source. I think I fixed liveness. Yeah, that's the real reason to use Arch. Just like flexing on people. I guess that's like that is just the real reason. Yeah, VS Code is for people that actually want to do things with their lives. Unfortunately, I don't want to do things with my life. So yeah, here I am. Let me check. I don't know, I'll probably check the output a little bit more some other time off stream. I think that's like probably fine as a starting point at least. So I don't, oh, do I have the book actually? Let me check. Let's just, let me look at my little library box I have. Where does this live? Okay, let's put this here. I know it's full blind in y'all, but it is what it is. Okay, so I wanna look at the pile on Regilock. So like what? This would be 500 maybe? Oh, a little bit more. Yeah, there's no table of contents here. Oh well. Just keep scrolling. Okay. So this uses webs. That's kind of what we do, but not really. Ins and outs should contain the virtual registers. Yeah. I imagine it's fine for them to also contain like the physical ones as well. Like we would want them for the interference graph in some way. I don't know. It's kind of sloppy to mix them anyway, huh? Yeah. I guess yeah. This is fine. It should be fine. Okay, yeah. This is not very easy to follow, I can't lie. This very much sucks to follow. I don't know, I'm spending so much time working on the stuff I don't want to work on. Yeah, I don't know. I've never been like a big IDE person, at least. Every time I like use stuff, I immediately want to install like a billion plugins, but then it turns out the plugins just feel really bloated. So I end up like going lightweight again. But I think at least for like NeoVim, I've never run into that issue at least. Like maybe I've installed like a couple of things that I just don't use and those I've removed, but like every plugin I have has like a very versatile use, at least it feels like. It doesn't feel like I have a lot of like unitaskers. Okay, this book is not helping me at all here. Okay. This is not very ideal. I'm kind of struggling here to figure out where to go next. I feel a little bit stuck. Like it feels like I think I did liveness correctly. Yeah, I think it's worth giving a shot at least, or at least using like whatever Vim emulation plugin exists. Also, my sister is playing piano in the background, so apologies if that shows through a little bit. Hopefully it's not nuking the audio quality too much. This looks fine, I think. Let's just RAX. This is the genset for convert again. Just RAX. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, cool. I guess that kind of works out then. Let's throw this into ChatGPT again, I think. That might be the only thing I can think of to do. What Linux distros did you use? I went straight into Arch. It doesn't really matter too much, I think. Just whatever you're like willing to learn and whatever you're willing to have the time to maintain. How can I switch to NeoVim? Just like I personally just went straight in. There's not really like a right or incorrect way. Just do it, honestly. Either like switch to NeoVim directly or like start with like a Vim emulation plugin for whatever IDE you use. Yeah, it's just like whatever you want to do with it, at least. Yeah. What is wrong here? Wait, what? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I guess that does yeah. I forgot about that. That is important, I guess. Red's fine, okay. It kills RDX? Oh, I guess maybe, yeah. Okay. Let's just look at the... Let's just give it this pile again. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna trust it blindly here because I don't have a great way to verify it against anything. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Yeah, okay. Alright, we're just gonna like hand wave this and assume that it's all correct now. Okay, so let's go back real quick. Let's generate a test for square real quick because, well, it's nice having a test for that. So I will do that real quick. We want to update engine. We want to comment this out real quick. Let's build everything again. We can run like the regression test generator. So test regression generate tests. Okay. Square tests because need tiny small program for big output. So let's kill temp real quick. Okay, that should all be good. I don't really know what I want to do here. So I guess this is the liveness branch, right? So I think that's all we need for liveness. So I guess what else do we want here? Let's not print that at least. Okay, we're gonna take that. Let's just throw that here as well. Also, I want to figure out what the hell I want to do with like this LR output level thing. Because this is just like... I guess I need to add the flags for that, right? I guess we could do that real quick. I think that's what I'll use the rest of today's stream time for. Yeah, we can do that, I guess. Throw that like that. We can do LAR. Initial. Yeah, we can do that and then like we can do like a separate LAR as well. I don't know. What do we even call this? We want like something LR related. It's not really like the trees though. We could add more things here actually even. We could definitely print the trees. That might be interesting. Yeah, we want to do LIR. I don't know. We could do like... We could do it like after regalloc as well. We could call that. as well as like scheduling. I don't know. This is like more design level stuff. There's no correct answer here in any capacity. It's just me being like a bot, honestly. LIR initial, maybe. We'll just initial. Whoops. Yeah, let's do that, I guess. And we can put that here, maybe. Yeah, let's do that. We should probably add a flag to like not merge trees as well, I think. Yeah, so we have that. We can just like copy these real quick. This is LIR. That should be before or straight after tree or after instruction selection, maybe. That should be LIR initial. Optimization or after. I don't know. Transforms. I don't know. We'll call it something like that. Just like make it up as we go. Oh, what's good, Antonero? I don't think I've seen you around, so welcome to the stream. Okay, this seems reasonable. We want to set that stuff. That looks good. Do we have like a default output level somewhere? And then I guess we could do like, we could put this here as well. That makes sense. I add like an output file flag, right? Yeah, okay. So that makes sense. This is like a whole slush pile. This seems fine. Or we want LIR initial here. And then we can throw something like this here. And we can print that. What else do we do here? That's fine. Yeah, we set default here. Let's build real quick. That means we need to update our tests as well, I think. Yeah, that makes sense. Where's my run from above here? Huzzah, okay. Let's give it like square. Oh, I probably need to print here. Yeah, let's print that real quick. How's my laptop doing? My laptop is struggling to keep up. Okay, yeah, that prints correctly now. So we know we get to the correct place at least. Let's keep that there for a second, and then we can dump LIR initial. Oh, does that come before? Huh. Oh, I spelled initial wrong. God damn it. Initiatal. I spelled it correctly there, at least. Let's rebuild that again. NT. Okay, so that's correct. That's correct. That's correct. Okay. So we can get rid of this little print thing here now. Let's rebuild it. I need to update the test generator as well. So we're gonna parallelize this. We can update the script like this. Yeah. So you want like dump lir initial. Yeah, this is getting a little bit unwieldy. Yeah, we can just make a mess out of this and it's fine, I think. Yeah, so we can do that. We can do that. We can get rid of that. This should not change anything yet, I believe. We'll figure out what to do with like the last thing at some point as well. Let's copy those real quick. And this should be actually, let's just throw it in like this. And then we're just gonna tack more things onto this and pray nothing breaks. Okay, hopefully that's fine. Let's add source. Let me make sure all that's correct. That looks right, I think. I think we confirmed that. Okay. Okay. That hang for a second scared me. Okay, that does what we want that to. Let's update the test runner as well. Oh no. Okay. So we want to steal all of this. Let's paste upwards. I promise I'm not making too... Okay, I lied. I'm making a lot of a mess, but... You know, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So we do that. These will all just be the same for now, I guess. I guess all of these we could like we could throw on the thing that we did in the driver. It's like this little thing. Yeah, let's import that real quick. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we need to take this. We need to throw it in all of these pretty much. We just need to make sure nothing is like broken. I'm fairly sure. Copied it there, we need to copy it here as well. This is becoming unwieldy. I'm quite concerned about this test runner. Let's rebuild. We can rerun the tests, and then hopefully everything is good. That hung for a second. Ugh. Okay. That looks fine. Yeah, okay. We could just filter out all the skipped output as well in some way. I think we could do that actually. Let's... I don't know. How bad is this? I think that's fine actually. We could unironically just filter all of it out. There's so much slush from it. I don't know. It is what it is. Okay, that green looks a little better. Okay, and now we can keep updating things as we go, including the test runner. This seems like a good place for that. The other thing I wanted to add real quick was, we have like the whole trees thing that I was messing around with however long ago that was. I'd like a way to print that, but maybe that's out of scope for this stream. I don't know. I feel like we'd have to generate a lot more tests for that. I guess we could just not do the tests and that'd be fine. But yeah, I don't know. That'll be something I think about in the future. Anyway, I think I will just call the stream here then. I'm quite tired. I had like 2 appointments today, one dentist, one like oral surgeon, so I could like get ready for my wisdom teeth to be pulled. That happens on Wednesday, so my stream might be a little bit, it might be canceled. We'll have to see what happens. Thank you all so much for showing up today. If you haven't already, make sure you sub to the channel and like the stream. It helps out a lot with the algorithm. While you're at it, down in the description is the link to my Discord. You should join that. It's the best place to get pinged when I go live and chat with the broader community. And of course, also be sure to add me on LinkedIn and GitHub to stay up to date with what I'm doing. Yeah, that's about it. Take care, y'all. Take it easy and have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are.